Good morning, folks. It's 9:14 a.m. on the 26th day, 3rd month, 2024. What I'm looking at here is at 7:50 a.m., which would be not long ago because this is in a different time zone because you guys play around with daylight savings time down in New South Wales. So this isn't that long ago. It's less than a half an hour. A lot of chemtrails going past here. It didn't nucleate until they got underneath this big mass of chem. Now this might be a prime example of what I'm saying, that the plane ain't spraying when you're seeing a trail, that actually the heat coming from the exhaust entering the plumes of nanoparticles, or what they call dust, right, is nucleating the condensates that we've seen here. And it wasn't no on off again spraying method as some people propose. And I am proposing this explanation. That crap was already there, and when the plane went through it, it made the trail just because the particles were already there, and the heat of that exhaust manufactured the cloud that stays all day, not a condensation trail, which would have dissipated within one of these jumps, because each one of these jumps is 10 minutes. So that's not a natural condensate either, because it has lasted far too long. And just to give you a basic definition of a difference between a chemical trail and a condensation trail, is this stuff was already here and it nucleated and it stayed all day. It's a prime example right there. And then 10 minutes later, still there. 10 minutes later, still there. 10 minutes later, still there. We're a half an hour along and this hasn't dissipated. So it's not a contrail. It's of natural origin. It's been designed to block the sun. Solar radiation management right before your eyes, SRM being deployed in your skies without your permission. So let me get on with a few basic checks. Are we rolling? Check. Yes, and yeah, everything cool, Andrew. And so I want to go ahead with the who's fucked part of today. And there's some action coming along the coast here, and it will cross over the state line over the next 36 hours as a tendril's been directed your way. When I say directed, I'm talking about this big ass beam here. Yeah. The BAM. Bam! Big ass. BAB. The BAB. See that line here? That's the pinch line. So everything coming down coast has to come in and emerges and stirs the cold and the warm right over the top of you. It's going to make it very volatile from here on over. Right? So if I go to the maps, from here on over, this area where this chemtrail line is right about into here, is where a lot of volatility is going to take place, and a lot of the stirring of things is going on. As you can see, these bomb clusters here helping the microwaves propagate the waveform in the sky itself by giving them the chemicals and catalysts that are needed to create the different ions and create the different flows needed. Also, you'll notice this scalar square form to this. This is on the low deck, and that square is actually continuing underneath this cloud. And as this thing rotates in this direction here, it's going to kick a lot of the condensates together into this path here of additional bombs on the higher deck. And this is what's going to cause your heavier rain totals through these areas that are already splitting into rain cells themselves, that are not going to be very pleasant today. And as the heat on the top of the clouds, as some of that cold stirs, the possibilities of tornadic activity today is extremely high in this corridor through here. See that triangle of energy right there? And chem. Bomb, bombed again. Bomb, bombed again. And again. Will you bend? Boom, boom, boom. You hear it coming? They got you bombing and rolling left and righteous again. It's happening. You're worried about an eclipse, and I'm worried about these chem bombs coming down on the top of you. Boom, boom, boom. Go to plumes over here, and it's over there, over there. How many directions of the wind do you actually have blowing right here? Is it going that way? Is it going that way? Is it coming straight down? Is it going in a circle like that? Or could perhaps these just be explosions, and you're seeing the percussion rings of fireworks? Yep. Fireworks work for blocking the sun. Look at this big cluster bomb going off right here in this gap. Boom, 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 boom. Into a square even. Shape charges. Yep, things designed to explode in a certain direction. Oh, we got a We got Mr. Moneybags' mustache up there. The mustachio. Yeah, that's it. Think that's a natural looking cloud? You're out of your mind. But you know, natural conditions can be recreated by science. I don't trust this science at all because it doesn't know what's going to happen. And any plane that's got a hot exhaust that flies through this mass of chem will leave a trail. And that I can prove that that is possible. And most likely many times when you see that big drippy chemtrail way above you and then a plane fly, only when it's underneath it's leaving a chemtrail because it's chemical catalyst being condensated. Then you know that somebody's playing you to think a certain way rather than just think about what's going on. Drippy chemtrails. There's lots of. This is a dripper. Drip, 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 drip. Falling out into the garden, falling into your water that you're drinking. Oh well. What a shame. But a boom, boom, boom there. Look, just see that point keep blowing up. Bomb, 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 bombed again. Just watch these clusters going off. Then up in the north where much more action is occurring today. Let's make sure we get the right towns picked here. Yep, it's the can corridor right here. And it fails, it never fails. Now, if they're showing a glitch, it's definitely showing itself in the clouds. Yeah, that's the glitch. The wicked glitch of can. Should we double check ourselves to see if we're accurate with our hypothesis? Well, first hypothesis is this big beam coming off the coast here, big beam wedging over here off this other radar station, because there's 3 of them over here in operation. Getting fried, Brizzy style. Bzzzt. Russell Island fries, Brisbane fries, Grafton fries. Who we got here? Marburg. Yeah, Brisbane Marburg radar stations frying your ass. See the big wedgie going there? Controlling the flows. See what's pinned down the coast here? Why is there a big beam line right here? Anything coming from shore is going to run into that and bust its condensates up, holding heavier flows of rain much closer to the coast. Hey, Muba, how you doing along the state road that goes right through there? That road looks like it needs some smartening up. Yeah, we're going to smarten the 42 up here. And then the 40 coming through here. Why? And they're going to stroke you over there. A stroker's sliding. Or Dracula at Stoker's. You decide how that's going to go over there in a moo ball, bada bing bang ball in National Forest. This is a national forest. Or should we call it a national deforestation event? As we look at all the chemical catalysts over the areas down here in question. That whole area has been smashed. That whole area is being defoliated. And that kind of method resembles the Operation Peptide method of making clouds, where they put big clusters of things. And also defoliant methods for Agent Orange were very much deployed in such similar fashions as we're seeing right here in these top cloud deployments. Not suggesting that that's going on. But I know it's allowed. Through your dispersal acts and various niches that you think you're going to put the vaccine on was also used to drop 1080. It was also used to drop glyphosate in the areas for deforestation, in case anybody's been doing Johnny Appleseed out there with heirloom seeds. Very often they get thwarted. See that square area? Boom, boom, boom. These are chem bombs being deployed here off. That's Yapoon. This is Rocky over here. That's a great big old penis insula over here. Here's Agnes Water and it. Look at the bombs off of you guys. Let's see how good I did. Get in. Bundaberg. Voted one of the rudest communities, but I thought they was alright. Never tell you, they'll tell you to go fuck yourself quick there, according to the video. Look at this. We got a trident pitchfork right in the old wazoo. We get the crab thing looking scorpion in the sky. Boom, 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 boom. The angel of death is riding the scorpion today over the outside of, where am I exactly? That's Harvey Bay area. Oh yeah, down there Rainbow Beach where they went to resort. And they're resorting to geoengineering to grab your land. And they'll burn you out. You want to see some of my homework from I'm going over October 2018, and I'm out west here near the Gibson Desert, right in the middle of everything, where this EMF is being used to create a wind corridor here that's fueling the flames of this following thing that's very slow to load. Slow to load. But look at the grid. Look at the evenly spaced fires. And they'll use all sorts of devices. I suspect the accuracy of a Lockheed Martin laser. There was the next day, the 8th. Then the next day, they must have had to calm down so they could fly over, see if they burned exactly where they were, or did they move north and south? Because by the time we got to the 23rd, all over your state was being burned out like this. So don't tell me it ain't being done, that they ain't land grabbing you the same old way. Hey, look at the 11th over here, a little further to the west. Can you get any more even than this? Just look at this. Even trapezoids. Only a space-based laser could do this with such great accuracy. It wouldn't take minutes to get this whole area burning like this. And this is some of the way they geoengineer it. What happens to the animals in the middle of those squares? They burn up with nowhere to go. So you can see the EMF dividing lines, and there's quite a few of them in this picture, and I'm not really going to go over that today. I just wanted you to see the line off the coast and the secondary pulse line, and that line right there. And look where the intersection is. It's just north of Byron. It's just north where the heavier totals I was predicting are going to occur. And if you haven't prepared your arc, well, then you're just an idiot. And you're never prepared for nothing. As we zoom back and look at the total frying island of it all, the festival of frying Isis, if you will. Let's get off the forecast part with all the extra dots, and let's get down to the nitty, the gritty, the fryings from the cities. Look at Tamworth, just straight on in there. Bzzz. Brie Weiner says, hang on a minute, I'll be a ballerina and pirouette with your ass. Says Maurice says, I'll take a break for a few minutes and let Guilty Grafton handle some of the fryings going on. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Brisbane says, hang on a minute, let me use my ray gun out here and split this flow. Of course, that straight line to form them. Everything could ride along tonight. And scatter it all down here with the other beams coming from out here at Guilty Grafton, pinning that flows, making it all happen, igniting that chem into the cloud masses that are ready to drop all on your asses. Hey, look at Emerald out there. Hi, not such a gem for my eyes to see. Mackay frying everything out here, making sure that some of the rains are actually held off in this valley. What a fucking shame. There's some dry ponds out here that could use some action. See that big tongue of that beam like that? As that rotates, it's going to scoop. Yep. Going to scoop. Yeah, suddenly those clouds don't just go away. They're turning the radar off sometimes. And when the radar is off, it's not exciting the atmosphere and the beam swath that it's producing. So therefore, by that very happening, is pulsating. Mr. Radar Expert, PhD. You probably thought the vax was safe too, huh? Because doctor says so. Well, you know what this rascally rabbit got to say to that doctor? What's up, doc? That's right. I got a carrot for you. Where do you want it? It cures truth decay, that's for sure. Put it in your mind. Put my carrot in your mind, or stick it right up your behind. The choice is yours. Hey, the radars are hard on the coast, pinning the flows around Sydney and Penrith, where the only flow really can occur is right around here. Through here, exactly. So you can get some breezes today, and gosh, the wind's going to blow right up the old entrance there. You can expect some entrance action today. Over there in Wei. Why do they fry us? Boom, 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 booms. Why they fry us? Because we fucking let them. And you have faith in billionaires selling you stuff that ain't harming you. When a billionaire I only trust to try to become a trillionaire, and how do you do that? By getting billions more. You don't do that from being honest. Or should we ask P.T. Barnum how that's going? Y'all bunch of ringling brothers circuiteers out there. As again, the frying has led to some terrible storms across the middle of the high-up peninsula of far north Queensland, farkin' Queensland. Yep. Have it in the can corridor, leading to some nasty totals over the next 24 hours. Especially for y'all motherfuckers right through here. Jim Boomba, Cam Boomba, they pimped y'all again over there in Pimp Mama. They pimped your mama. Eat your mama. What we got here? Mount Nebo. Yeah. You'll be trying to find Nemo over there as this Brisbane River's going to run hard, thick, and wild. You don't want to fall in that concrete thing. Or maybe you do. You want to be the one The Pinjara Hills are going to run back down toward these lakes in here. So if you're down in here, I have a feeling this neighborhood here, you're fucked. You might want to take some action. Move your stuff upstairs. Morgellon Hill over there. Hey, Viners Road. You're going to need some fortune knives for Viners. They make good stuff. What we got here? Oh, some infrastructure that needs some freedom over Mount Crosby Road and Jacqueline Place. You guys have some big totals coming your way. Watch out for tornadic activity today. All the temperatures are very, very conducive to this, as are the flows, as is the chem. And I'm watching for suspicious chem patterns in this area, as of yet to not occur, which is a good sign. But I'm not liking this cluster here that's being drawn up. So we're going to watch how this comes along. That's definitely going to blow up some storms that are going to come over that direction. You poor folks, how are we doing down here? You got isolated cells being blown up now. So you can expect within about 3 hours, you'll start to see them big, tall, boom, 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 lightning-type clouds. Maybe get to see some mammatus clouds. If you start to see those mammatus clouds, it's like Satan is teabagging you from above. Then you know you're going to have some very severe weather coming. See the square line to that there? It's a beam sweat. How we doing up here, kids? Kids. Can did everything and can't did nothing. Boom, 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 boom. Or let's see if they're beaming. How's it going? Past Rainbow Beach and up the coast to the next place of fuckery. Past the Mackay masochist that tortures all the people with its beaming all the time. God only knows what frequencies they use. Okay, how you doing here? Ingham, Schmingham. Yeah, the beam glitches go in this direction here. So the beam glitches that way should be yielding a line in that direction. Let's look. Is it? Is it? Yes! See the sweat? Yeah, you making this up. And beams go a lot longer direction than they show you on here, because they're only going to show you what the circle shows. You see these little circles here? It's only going to go out that far from Mount Isa. That one there has its own circle in here. You just can't quite see all the outside. I'd like to know what station this one is, as it's not online. But it shows a lot of activity often, so we don't know what device is located right around Gladstone here, because it doesn't go online to show us very often. I have to think it's that big radar on the hill up there, isn't it? That doesn't give very happy bubbles to the water. Fiji just pulsed. I saw it. You're busted. Let's see if we catch it again. Yeah, natty. Pulsating. Pulsations on. Yes. Yeah. That was La Bastard over there frying. USA's got some action coming. Looks like Hawaii's got some storms offshore, but I'm not looking at you today. A lot of lightning today. So let's go with the rain and rumblers and what they say is going to occur over there, and listen to what I say is going to occur, because I don't always agree with what they show you here. I'll leave the particle animation on just for frustration. On New Zealand, you're going to want to see this. Yeah, you're part of who's fucked coming up eminently. Are we still running? Yep. And good morning. They have chem-bombed. I was wording morning. Good morning to you. Here we go. Now we're into Thursday. More rains coming in from east to west, going across Upper Queensland, crosses the state line, and dies in New South Wales. Cunted in the cut. Meanwhile, have that cold blast coming up there for you, New Zealand. Have it. And this is where it's about to start getting interesting. This is around the time the Lando gate is going to form. Watch. Look at this sudden nucleation out there, Bay of Plenty. Heads up for Friday. That's when the action's going to start for you guys. And she's dumping a shed load of water on you on the quicks, and wind is going to be a factor. All this humidity from up there, all that cold from down here. I don't know any other way to say this. You're fucked. That's right.
The non-fizzling time is at hand, and pretty soon I'm going to change graphs on you. Or maybe I'll just stop it right there. At the end of the month, why fucking not? Because I just can't cover it all because I get tired. All this hard graft. That's right. You think it don't take me hours to do this? You're just a numbnut if that's what you think. You don't think much of your time either. The accumulations on the fives are starting to show that you're going to have one proved up thumb there, New Zealand. Look at all that sticking out. These are here are 4 to 7 centimeters, depending on what color the mustard here is. Right, they're showing 4, but you heard what I said, right? Do you have any new snows? Yes, you know it. Just they're cutting Kaikori's passages left, so if you're going to need something from the stores, you better get it on. You've got about 3 days to do that, and then you ain't going to be doing that way. Okay? And if you want to do it that way, get it done. It's time to do your shoppings. Get you what you need. Get you supplies. Do not be denied. Don't be panic buying and like an idiot. Remember, share. Show we care by what we share as well. Alright, so I think that's all I feel like showing today. Some of the totals for the Northern Rivers were very not pleasant to have to experience here coming up. Ooh, yes, that's on the quick set. In a few days after these totals come in, you start kicking in around Crabs Creek and all these areas here, picking up some of the flow from over here. Expect these totals to rise a bit because it's a long period of high pressure going all the way across you're in the entire Antarctic Ocean, and which is not allowing the passage of stuff freely into Antarctica. And so the tendency for the big tropical flows from here across here is very, very high. And Fiji Islands and that, I hope you're prepared now. Get ready for some geoengineering love. With that said, with that done, if you like geoengineering, kiss my bum. Stay safe, people. Big love. Peace.